Hello friends, my name is Jyoti Sharma. In this part of the video, we will learn about sterilization process by using dry heat as one of the physical method. Physical method of sterilization involves processes by the use of physical means like sunlight, drying, dry heat, moist heat, filtration, radiation. So in this particular video, we will see what is sunlight, drying, dry heat and the technique used under dry heat. Sunlight, it plays role in the spontaneous sterilization that occurs under natural conditions. Sterilizing effect is due to the presence of ultraviolet rays in sun rays. Direct sunlight possesses germicidal effect due to the combined effect of UV and heat rays. So advantage is that it is a natural process, so it is able to sterilize big oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, etc. And disadvantage is that it is unreliable method, so one cannot be get 100% sure whether the object or thing is totally completely sterilized or free of microorganisms. Second one is drying. Moisture is essential for the growth of microorganism. So drying will have a damaging effect on many bacteria because it will dry off all the moistures. So moisture won't be available for the bacterial growth. The disadvantage of this method is unreliable. You cannot get a surety that whether it has killed all microorganisms. And in this, spores are unaffected by drying because they are difficult, they are resistant to get killed. In the third method, heat is one of the most reliable and rapid method of sterilization. So materials that may be damaged by heat can be sterilized at lower temperatures for longer period of time or by having repeated cycles. Now let's understand the factors that will influence sterilization by heat. So it has few factors like nature of heat, whether it could be dry heat or moist heat. Temperature and time, at what temperature and at what length of time you are exposing this particular object to heat. Number of microorganisms present, so whether there are large number of microorganisms present or they are smaller in numbers. Characteristic of organisms such as their species, strains, whether they are spore producing, capsule producing, all these factors will also determine how much heat you will require to kill that particular species or strain of microorganism. And types of material used like glasswares, plastics, rubbers, papers, what type of material you are exposing to heat. So based on this, it will determine the rate of heat that is required to kill the microorganism. And here comes the principle. Dry heat will kill the microorganism using one of these three mechanisms. The first one is protein denaturation. Second one is oxidative damage. And third one is toxic effect of these elevated levels of electrolytes. So we'll see that in the next slide. Mechanism of action of dry heat. In a completely moisture-free environment, bacteria are more resistant to heat because moisture is essential for the growth of bacteria. When moisture is not present, bacterial cell will die. So they kill microbes by protein denaturation, that is by disrupting their original structures and making it unfunctional. Then they will kill the microbes when oxidation of the cell constituent occurs, and this requires higher temperature. That is why you will notice that dry heat works at a temperature about 160, 170, 180. That means they will work at higher temperature so that all these mechanisms take place. And dry heat sometimes causes drying of cell and can even burn to ashes. Dry heat sterilization mainly consists of the following techniques like insertion, flaming, red hot and hot air oven. Out of these, red hot oven is most commonly used and widely used. Under dry heat sterilization, the first method is flaming. This is a method of passing article over a flame but not heating it to redness. It is used to sterilize mouth of the test tube, used scalpels, glass slides and cover slips. We are doing this just to ensure that around the mouth of the article there is no microorganisms present. So when you want to use reagents, you have to maintain aseptic conditions. Just to maintain this aseptic condition, we are using this type of technique. The second technique is red heat. Sterilization is done by holding materials in a Bunsen burner flame until they become red hot. You can see that on the image above shown. They have taken a Nicron loop, and before taking the culture from the test tube, they are red hotting it to ensure that this Nicron loop contains no viable microorganism. So this red hot and red heat is used to sterilize inoculation, straight wires, wire loop, tips of forceps and spatulas. In the third method, you have insertion. Insertion is a process of sterilization along with a significant reduction in the volume of waste. So basically what happens, can you see this instrument? This instrument is called incinerator. In this incinerator, especially whatever waste material or whatever disposal material that we get from the hospitals, like spatulas, gloves and all that, you will come and dispose here, and you will burn all that. So that, and whatever cultures you are using for different tests, all that thing you have to incinerate it, you have to burn it, so that it will not spread any infection to others. That is why it is said that it is usually conducted during the final disposal of the hospital or other residues. The scars are heated till they become ash, when it is then disposed of later. This process is conducted in a device called incinerator. So in the red device is called incinerator, and you have to put all the disposal and waste material here, like all the live cell cultures, so that it does not cause any effect and it is completely destroyed. Here comes the main hot air oven method. It is developed by Pasteur. It is widely used method of sterilization. The principle that it involves is very simple. Before that, we'll first understand what is conduction. So conduction is a process by which heat is transmitted through the material from hotter surface to the cold surface. Fine. So see, this hot air oven, it uses extremely high temperatures over several hours to destroy microorganisms and bacterial spores. So the oven uses conduction process to sterilize item by heating outside surface of the item, which then absorbs the heat and moves it towards the center of the item. So इसमें क्या होता है ना, आपने अभी कोई आर्टिकल या कोई ग्लासवेयर अंदर रखा हॉट एयर ओवन में, और आपने उसे ऑन किया और सेट किया एक पर्टिकुलर टेम्परेचर. सो उसमें क्या होता है ना, जो हीट है वो इवनली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होता है, और वो हीट है तो वो कोल्ड सरफेस आपने रखा है तो उसके सरफेस पे आता है, एंड स्लोली जब आपका आउटर सरफेस हॉट हो जाए तो वो हीट एब्जॉर्ब करके उसको सेंटर तक पहुंचाता है, और सेंटर कोर ऑफ द आर्टिकल को भी वो हीट करता है. दिस इज हाउ इट अचीव्स फुल स्टरलाइजेशन एंड इंश्योर्स दैट द microbes are not anymore living. So the commonly used temperatures and time that hot air oven need to sterilize materials are as below. See in this table. This table has one column of temperature and the other column of holding times in minute. So if you'll keep the temperature at 160 degree, then you'll require 45 minutes of sterilization. You have to expose your article till 45 minutes to heat. Then at 170 temperature, you'll have just 18 minutes, 180 7.5 and 190 1.5. Can you notice one thing? As and when you're increasing the temperature, the length of the time is reduced. So temperature is inversely proportional to time. So based on the material, you have to decide what temperature you need and at what length of time it will be exposed to heat. Here comes the construction and working of hot air oven. It consists of a double-walled chamber made up of either aluminium or stainless steel, which is separated from the outer case by a thick jacket that provides a tight seal. The tight seal is needed so that none of the dry heat is leaked out, or it will move in the environment. You'll ensure that it is totally captured inside the hot air oven. It contains fan. Fan will ensure even distribution of the heat. Temperature sensor, shelves to keep your articles and objects, and thermocouple. Thermocouple is a sensor used to measure temperature. Thermostat is kept which will automatically control temperature. Say you are maintaining 160 or 170 temperatures. For that, to maintain the temperature you need thermostat. The material should be arranged in a manner which allows free circulation of air between the objects and it should not be overloaded. आपको इस तरह आपके ऑब्जेक्ट्स प्लेस करने हैं डिफरेंट शेल्स में कि वो एक दूसरे से क्राउडेड ना हो, सो दैट सबके पास इवनली हीट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो एंड सबके बैक्टीरिया अच्छे से मर जाए एंड दे गेट फुल्ली स्टोरिलाइज. The precautions you need to take. So first, the glassware should be dry. You have to keep a dry glasswares. Oven should not be overloaded. If it will be overloaded, then there won't be even distribution of heat and then sterilization process won't be achieved completely. So glass materials after drying are allowed to cool down before use. Articles are to be arranged in a manner to allow free circulation of air. This is very important to achieve 100% sterilization. And door of the oven should be opened after it cools down. So जैसे आपने आपका प्रोसेस कंप्लीट हो गया, लाइक 40 मिनट्स 160 पे रखा आपने और 45 मिनट्स उसको लगा, तो आपको तुरंत उसे ऑन द स्पॉट ओपन नहीं करना है. आपको डोर आपको अलाउ करना है कि आपके ग्लास वेयर्स कूल डाउन हो जाए एंड आफ्टर दैट ओनली यू हैव टू ओपन द डोर. दिस विल एंश्योर दैट इफ बाई चांस कुछ एक माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म रह गया हो, सो इट विल डाई. And we use this hot air oven for items that are sterilized like glasswares. In glasswares you have petri dishes, flasks, pipettes and test tubes. Powders like starch, zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide. Materials that contains oil and metal equipments like scalpel, scissors and blades. Such materials will be sterilized using dry heat. Advantages of hot air oven. Dry heat ovens are generally cheaper to buy. Cost of operation and heating cycle is generally low, so it requires less maintenance. Heat can go deeply into thick objects, achieving an in-depth sterilization effect. This is the most important advantage of hot air oven. Spores as well as vegetative forms of all microorganisms are killed, and it ensures total completion sterilization of any object that is placed in hot air oven. It has few disadvantages, like it cannot operate on wet objects and on materials that will not melt, catch fire, changes form when exposed to high temperature. So it does not penetrate inside grease, oil and powders. So equipment containing these substances cannot be sterilized by hot air oven. High temperature damages fabrics and melts rubber. So we have to avoid using these objects. Thank you for your kind attention. In the next video, we'll talk about moist heat.